this. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
that was last meeting.
That was last.
Okay, I call this meeting to order. Are there any citizen comments that are not on the agenda? Okay, and could I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'd make that motion.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, official action.
It was 3 tabled last time, and we have some new ones. First one was Mr. Connect Me, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Karen Ann did contact him, and the note is what we got back on a phone call, but then he did come in today. Does not like to fill out paperwork, doesn't like to make calls because then he has to go to about 4 different people before he can get help. But he did take the how the oil works and asked if his daughter could as well. So appears to be going down that route. The only change that I looked at here is we did have everything as D grade except the bottom 3 on the garages, and that would make a difference of $154. Other than that, we can leave it as it is, or your choice.
And your recommendation is to put them in as D grade.
So just reduce it to $154.
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
I'd second it.
All in favor?
Next up are the customers who are here. They're welcome to come up if they want to. I do have a correction on theirs as well. Sarah looked it over and pointed out I had the road frontage high again.
She's on to you.
She is
She's a
on to
woman
me.
of great detail.
So there is 308 feet on the Noise Road, and then it becomes the Cottage Point Road, and I had 94 feet on that. But when you have a corner lot, you can't add frontage on both because you're getting the same plot of land. So I did take that off, and it makes a difference of 1,000. The recommendation of leaving it as a C+10 would lower it by $658 on the backside. If we take it back to a C grade on all structures, it takes it down 1,092. So you're looking,
C grade for 20 years.
so you're looking at a difference from 378 to 347.
There's one thing I forgot to talk to you about,
Okay.
and that's the canopies. I wanted to know if we can reduce, I mean, I'd really like to be left alone at the C100, not increase at C110, because I'm already getting an increase, as everybody is, which I expected, but that's like a double whammy. To hit me with that too. But on the canopies, it's got a, well, depending on which one you look at, the C10 or the C100, all it is, this is a picture of it. It's just, it's metal over strapping. It's not anything, you know. No, I mean, that's the garage with the canopies on either side. And it's not this opens, and that's just the ceiling where that opens up to, but it's just extended metal roof. No sides, no bells and whistles, dirt floor. Right, yeah. So, which I guess it must be because of height that I'm still at 1.5 on the garage.
Yes.
Okay. But if we can possibly reduce the grades on the garage and the canopy as well would help. Because even with that reduction, if we leave it at the C100, we're still at a 4% mill rate decrease, and I'm still over $1,000 increase. So generally the mill rates don't go down, they go up. So,
That's what it's been doing for the last several years, going up. That's why it's got to the point. where
Yeah.
it actually something.
right. So, and
The same 1 year.
Yeah, we have stayed the same.
Yeah, a couple of years, actually. We stayed 18 for a couple of years.
Our taxes went down last year. Recently, there was a year where taxes did go down.
I must have missed that here.
Me too.
There was.
It was last year. The
Doug survey.
you were at 4,204.20 in the 21 year. The 22 year was 4,158. So it was a whole $50 or less than $50.
It's
but there was
going in the right direction.
And then this
Then it went up.
6,000 something, and I was like, whoa.
1890.
Yeah, so,
I can't help but agree. I know the height and I know this issue about the story and a half. But that is not a story and a half anyway. Space above that door is not usable.
no, that's
I-
just trusses.
I agree too.
I can't wrap my head around. I know
If
Daryl's
it's
doing the right.
not a second floor, it
He's-
should be
he does the
considered.
same thing. I mean, it's
It's
consistent
usable
with-
to get a camper in. You can't get a camper in a one-story.
No, you can't.
Right. It's a camper garage.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those. They're
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the maximum height on the road is 13.6, and that's a 14-foot door, because you can't get a 13.6 door.
Which you have to have with the camper in.
Right, yeah. Which a year after we started building, our camper got destroyed by a drunk driver. So now we have a tow behind instead of a fifth wheel, but it doesn't mean that later we're gonna swap. our-
Which is under the canopy.
Right,
That-
that's under the
well,
canopy right
That
now.
does add value to your garage if you have a. Let's put a trailer.
I agree with you, Jan, but I'm just not sure that the value added is the equivalent of another half story. That's where I have issue. I don't know how we,
Can we decrease the grade then to bring the value down on the garage part and as well as on the canopy? Because the canopies are, I mean, the canopies, it's saying, depending on which one you look at, is either $17,130 or $15,574. And those canopies are not, I mean, there's nothing to, it's just, like I said, it's just this metal
But
overstrap.
to hire a carpenter to come to your property and build that, you're gonna spend more than $15,000, I'm sure.
I don't think so.
I
Too
would be
many.
shocked.
Prop that up. I mean, I've got a
My
carpenter
addition, my
rate.
20 by 40 addition that I
Yep.
just put on, I get $12,000 in that.
With
With the
a
slab.
carpenter,
No, I did it, most of it myself.
right, so you gotta double it for
Right.
your
I
labor,
get
so.
Yeah, that was in materials. I had about 12,000 into it. That's with the slab and everything.
There's
There's no slab
there's-
here.
Yeah.
I don't want to set a precedent. I mean, we have to be consistent.
I mean, if there's a second floor, it's a second floor, should call it, but if it's all clear span, I mean, that's where I have an
That's
issue.
where I have the issue too.
Right.
But Daryl's following the rules, so.
So
But we can still change the,
reduce the
grade.
C grade
yeah.
to a 100 versus a 110.
Well, the C100 is what I was at for 20 years. And I'd like to, at least do that across the board anyways. But then on the garage, if we can do on the garage and canopies, drop them down to like a D100 as opposed to the C100. Because I've looked at a bunch of different ones, there's other accounts that I have that I'd written out the list. I didn't have time to print them out, but that you can have a higher grade with the house, but you can have lower grades with your outbuildings or vice versa, however it works. It doesn't all have to be the same, so.
I went up assuming that I would regrade, but it's a beautiful structure. It does have windows in it. It's shiny because it is painted up well. I just didn't see it. It's a beautiful garage. But if you do lower everything to the C, you're at 347,000 as a value on just this property. And I think it would sell way higher than that if it was put on the market today because of what's selling. But that would take the 1,092 off.
That's just the garage or the
No,
outbuilding.
that's the house
Oh,
and
the
the
house.
garage and the land.
The house hasn't changed.
No. No, but the deck is pretty tender if it's on the side. It was put on in 2008. So I don't know if we can still adjust some with some of the grades of the outbuildings in addition to putting it back at the C100 and reducing some of the outbuildings is what I'm asking in addition if we can.
Daryl, what prompted the reclassification from C100 to C110?
So this was built in 2002, and I looked at all structures newer than 2000 and put them at C+10. So that's where that prompted that. And then Abden asked if I would price it out going back. That's what I've done.
Is that kind of pro forma? Is that something you,
Well, of course, going back to the 2008, the newer structure compared to an FHA in the 70s and 80s was average. Well, these homes have much better quality.
right?
Each year, they seem to come out with higher quality materials and
Yep.
whatnot.
Yep.
And I understand you can spend a lot of money and not get it back. It's tough when it goes to sell. It's house for house, and the age doesn't enter a whole lot in, but it does. And they obviously only take 84% off on the depreciation to a new one, but
But you do have the power to change the grade.
they do. They have the vote.
If we change the grade on this one, what does that do to the others that you?
Unless somebody complains, I guess.
Well, when we were here before, you were offering the other people to change the grade down to adjust some of their
And they didn't
prices.
want to. Because they didn't want to deep value their
I was
property.
thinking,
So
why would you not?
He tried hard.
I tried. I asked to them. I tried. But they didn't want to degrade it, so.
I'll take them both.
Well, that makes me feel a little better about
I think if you're trying to degrade it, you don't want to sell it.
I don't intend to.
So,
that's why I'm
that's-
here.
that's
I'm
the way I
fighting
see
to
it.
be able
So
to
if you
afford to
don't wanna
stay
degrade it,
here.
Then it sounds to me like you want to sell it, or
Yeah,
if you want to sell it, you want that higher
I
grade.
mean,
So to me, if you want. to
every real
degrade it,
estate
doesn't
agent
sound
I've
like you wanna
talked to
sell it or
is-
go anywhere, so.
yeah, there's no two houses that are the same, modulars not included because they just kind of come off the line, however, but it's, different people are willing to pay different things. It's just like you could go out and buy a dog for $500 and buy the same dog, the next town over and pay $2,000. It's, it's insane there was a house on my road that just down below us. Granted, you step off the deck, you're stepping all but into the water, and it was nice water frontage so you could actually access. And that went into a bidding war, and it was insane. But the people that sold, they were retiring and moving away. They didn't care. They were like, "Hey, great." I was like, "Lovely." So, but
It's
it's
just the fact that we built it ourselves,
Yeah.
did all this work so that we could afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's not top of the line.
Yeah,
It's
we can do it.
laminate countertops and
So
it's Lowe's windows, Lowe's doors.
Now, you was just talking, reducing the outbuildings to a C100.
Going back to the overall C100, the house and the outbuildings were always at C100, except for the shed was E100. But at some point that got bumped up and now it's back down to where it was. It's an old shed that we brought up when we were building. But in addition, I'm just asking if we can, where we're calling it a 1.5 garage, and it's got the canopies. The combination of that garage and canopies, even at C100, is still 55,000. It looks like.
Yeah.
So I'm just asking if we can reduce that still. Even from the C100, maybe down to a D100, the next one down. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it'll make some. And then when the mill rates go up, it won't, it's still going to be an increase, but
They will go up.
they always do. So,
I'm working on that too, so.
What's your pleasure?
I, at least for discussion purposes, I move that we set them at C100.
Second that.
All in favor? Any more discussion? Oh, that's what we are,
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
That knocks it down by 1,092, Daryl. would I do
Correct.
that correctly?
Yeah, we actually increased the land by 2,000 by splitting it, but that was their request, and then the buildings would go down 80,000. So the net is 78,000 down.
Are you okay with that?
Me?
Obviously, no, I'm talking to Daryl.
Yes.
Like, it's not right to cut your feet out from under you either. You've got a tough job too.
Oh, that's fine.
You're okay with that?
I I mean, if they want to reduce the grade on it, I mean, like I said, it sounds like they're not going anywhere, so.
Yeah.
So they're not too worried about what the value of the property is.
We all set for a vote? All in favor?
So we will send you out a notice, and if you wish, you can appeal further to the county. That'll be the next step.
Okay, so if I want to pursue still with the garage and the canopy under it.
Or any of it. Excellent. Yep. All right. Thank you both.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you change your name to Amanda?
No, I borrowed a jacket. I just haven't given it back.
I was gonna say, did-
I'm looking for it.
Did I get another name wrong? I was gonna say, what did I mess up now?
Nope. She's one of the 5 sisters. Thanks.
And Betty Studley's here, I believe.
I see you saved the best for last.
Oh, that's right.
Always.
No question.
Would just like to say that I did not receive, why I was not here for the last meeting, I did not receive a notice. I did not know that that was happening that night. Until Bob approached me in the library. Maybe that's not the appropriate word, but he came to me and gave me the good news. I did not know at that point.
Well, I apologize. Normally, we would have sent an agenda out, and
Yeah.
you came in and said to get this in, so I thought you were all on board, and it was the day or whatever.
Well, I would have, but I didn't want to know.
No
And I want to say whatever comments I made in no way are personal
No,
manner.
not a problem.
Anything I say, I not intend to offend everybody. Here to see if we can lower the taxes a little bit. That's what I'm saying. The comments that I have, Daryl, you had to go to every, in this reevaluation, you had to go to every property?
I drove to each property and drove in driveways that you can't see from the road and observed whether I could see something missing or something new. And if there didn't appear to be changes, then I went to the next one. If I found houses, I found garages, I found
Yeah.
buildings I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
And in other cases, there were buildings with holes in their roof, and I took them off. So I wanted to be sure that I did drive to each property to have a quick look.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you did that.
Well, I was late. I was
I'm
late getting the
serious
bill
about
out.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very unfair to you.
Well, no,
And I'm not.
that's
yes,
what I'm
it
hired
is.
to do.
That's a lot, yeah, but that's an impossible job to go to every.
I was shocked at the new stuff, and it took me so long. I thought I'd breeze through
A lot
this,
of
but
new
I was
stuff that
late.
you didn't know about.
No, never had them.
Now, you have the right to go on anybody's property, but you have to be invited inside.
No,
No.
I do not have the right to go even on property.
You
For
don't?
instance, the first one tonight, he in the past built a garage that I didn't know about. I drove down, found it, and the gate went up immediately and it's locked. So I did not walk into his property.
So you do not have the right to.
I do
cut off
not have the
somebody.
right. No.
Wow.
No.
That makes no-
Makes it even tougher.
Yes, it does.
So you're doing it visually from the road or from a driveway.
Or you drive in and
Yeah.
hope that people are pleasant and
Yeah, you hope.
So you're guessing.
Hi, I'm Daryl. I'm your friendly tax assessor.
I'm your friendly Texas
Please
man.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
occasionally
The
I have
only
been screaming.
comments as I wrote on here is my house was built in 1838, so it's an old house. And naturally, you had outhouses back then. And he has an outhouse, attached outhouse listed as a shed. That's something I question. I have 2 barns, unfortunately, and probably it's a 3-4 foot way to each barn, and he has that listed as a shed. That I question. And you know that I wasn't notified of the meeting. I certainly would have been here, but as I see, I don't know how you do what you do. So those are my concerns, and naturally looking to see if we can lower the taxes a little bit here.
Yours went up 1,000, is that what I see?
$408.
Oh,
400,
408, okay.
400
Okay, so
something, which I know isn't compared to a lot of people, like the people right
we had
across.
that discussion, didn't we?
Yeah, he filled my ear yesterday. And my neighbors across the road, I guess, I'm just asking questions from my understanding,
Mhm.
nothing against.
Yep.
I mean, now, you people, another thing, I don't understand how you people can sit as assessors. You do not go out and assess property, do you?
No, that's his job.
No, but you are listed as a Board of Assessors. Why don't we have a Board of Assessors?
Because we do, we hired an assessor.
No,
and
no,
we're
you
the board.
don't. You're the select people.
Well, but it.
You're
but
doing
we're
two
also-
functions. Why,
Yep. we are.
any place I know, and in many states, I know in Massachusetts, that's illegal to have like your selectmen act as the Board of Assessors. Why don't we have a separate Board of Assessors is my question.
It has never been brought to a vote, but it would take a change.
Has that
of-
ever been suggested?
Probably
I-
have to have a town charter to do it.
No, you don't have to have a town charter, but you would have to take a vote of the town and you would split the board or have two boards. And
To me, that makes more sense.
the other aspect is you could vote in the town to have a Board of Assessment review, which would be a local board, and they would not go to the county commissioners, which at this point, they go over to Lincoln County and the
Yeah,
three
yeah,
county
yeah.
commissioners
Yeah.
listen to it. So a lot of towns have brought in their own review board and tried to put people that are in the real estate business or
Yeah.
knowledge of
Yeah.
real estate. No, you get elected to that select board and this comes with it.
Well, I don't.
And it's a
understand- I
learning
don't understand
experience,
that.
I would say.
I mean, you have to have some knowledge, and to me, to pass a judgment, you would have to see the property. I don't see how you can do both, in fairness to you. I mean, it all comes back to you.
And again, they could table for review and go out and review the property. That's in their preview. I don't think the board ever has, but with this day and age with photos and experience. But
So,
I have not asked to go into her home. I have not been in the home. I have not been other than driving by and
yeah,
observing it all these years.
I
But
thought you could go on property, but not inside.
we do, and I don't know that a judge would ever penalize for
Yeah.
doing it. But no, if I am asked to leave, I certainly leave immediately.
Yeah.
If there's a no trespass sign, I drive by, but
Keep on moving, right?
yes, I watch around and look for the gun. Try to be a moving target.
So what was the value before? I'm trying to figure it out.
So her value last year was 98 on land, 98 on buildings, 25,000 off for the homestead. So
Mhm.
she was taxed at 171,000. The taxes were 3,078.
Mhm.
This year it's 98,000 on the land, same, 176 on buildings.
Okay,
Minus the homestead, she's at 249,000 versus the 171.
so it went up 70,000.
Yes,
Somewhere around
78,000.
78, yeah.
78,000.
Okay.
And the taxes are 3,486 or 408.
There's been no upgrades to the buildings or anything, the barn, the big barn. Something right about, what, 50 to 46 to 54%. Is that what you get?
For the depreciation as fair.
Yeah.
Because there hasn't been any upgrades that I'm aware of, so it's a fair. If she was to put a roof on, put siding on, put windows in, then that would change to a average or good, but doesn't look like much done to me.
Does it fit a C100?
That's where we generally start. Yeah.
That's where you start.
Yeah.
Which is probably not as good a shape as the people that were previously here.
It's two different eras, the 1800s versus 2002.
You plan on going anywhere?
I plan on going anywhere? What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm just wondering if
To another area or
No.
geographic or somewhere else? No, I do not plan on going anywhere.
Oh.
That's my home. I came back to from
But you start
Lusty,
with a C.
Massachusetts.
You start with a C.
Oh, it's been in my family for many, many years.
Like I said, I hate to degrade somebody's property, but
Hmm?
I hate to move the grade down on somebody's property, but
Yeah.
being an 1830 some odd, 1838 house, I mean, that old, does it require a degrade?
Generally, it would, if it went below condition or went down, I mean, obviously the barns are down to the E
Right,
grading.
Right, I see that, yeah. So I didn't know if the house would. I've never been in the house, just driving by it, so I don't know.
If the house is put into an E grade, is that tantamount to saying it's really not livable
It
or
needs,
habitable?
most people would go in and renovate the whole place.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
drop to a D grade, that wouldn't. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, other than the values. That would considerably change the value of property for the building.
It would lower that probably. I didn't price it out, but I guess recommend we go walk through the house and look at it. Anybody's welcome to go or go
Would you be
down.
willing to let Daryl?
If you can catch me home.
You call and I'll come.
Is that a good thing to do?
Well, maybe we gotta go up. Maybe she's got some beautiful restored house.
Oh, I have that all covered up.
Got that hidden somewhere in the walls.
Well, I will tell you, yes, I have done upgrades. Which is probably not a good thing for me to say, but
Yeah.
I have. So
Yeah.
Daryl will leave me down if you want, but I have all new windows in. I've done a lot, all the roofs. Thank God. Are all done. Thank God. I have. But if you want to come down and walk through, that's fine. But I'm being honest with you.
Is there
Probably to my disadvantage, but I'm being
Well, we'll
honest.
see it when we go.
is there a risk that
Yeah.
you could upgrade it to a C110? And if you do that, how much do the taxes go up?
No,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I would not.
I should not have said this probably. But hey.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna see it anyway, so it'll save you a trip. I would tell you what I have done. And I personally have painted every damn room and every roof, every ceiling in there when I was young and foolish.
You got the metal ceilings. I mean, you got some real unique.
No.
No,
I'm standing in the middle of my bed upstairs painting and I'm going like this and like this, but I got it done. No, I have, but that's going to increase my taxes. No, I haven't. So, whatever.
I mean, yes, on occasion they let you in and all, or they list it on the real estate and you look at it and they get 3 full-time bathrooms, not one, or whatever the case
I
might
don't
be.
have any boat bathrooms.
Right, but that
Anything
type of
like that,
things, they
no.
might have, when they do advertise, the fireplace or,
Yeah.
this and that.
Yeah. They close a lot of doors when you walk in.
They don't let you in. They say, yeah, thank you, but don't come in.
Yeah.
That was the case up on Main Street.
Yeah.
No,
We have the
we don't want
flu.
him there.
We have the flu. We have the COVID. I don't know. Anyway, I'm being honest with you. So hope you'll be honest with
So
me.
we should table this.
And it's a holiday season and we
If you
all
want
should
me
be
to
in a
go,
given attitude, so.
if you want me to go walk it, then I will, or you can make a decision. It's your choice.
My only hesitation is if you go walk it,
It's gonna go to a C10.
I don't want to
C110.
see an increase in the taxes. unless-
Well, it won't increase this year, but no.
Oh!
No,
When did you
no.
say you're retiring?
No, I wouldn't do.
Daryl, there's really, I've told you what I've
Yes.
done.
Oh, I know.
If you want to come down, fine. but
Well, before I lower it to a D, I certainly want to look. Yeah.
You want to look, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. with me.
And I mean, she may need all her underpinning. I don't know. Obviously, you've kept your home in good shape, but
Yeah.
you never know when they do a house inspection, what they find.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it
yeah.
can be, and everything's so costly.
Yeah.
So the motion would be to table.
Table it until Daryl.
All right, we'll give you another day.
Okay, all right, another session.
Oh, we can
Yeah.
all go down. and have
You
tea and
can.
cookies.
Yeah,
Right? it's the season.
Everyone's welcome.
Christmas cookies and tea.
yeah, right, right.
You want to look at the 1800s house?
Well, his friend of his was right next door to me,
Who's my friend?
Brunick's.
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay.
Because I saw a sign out there for you when you were running, and I
Yeah.
called Brenda. I said, "How do you know him?" And, so anyway, okay.
All right.
So there's a motion on the floor to table.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Wake
Paul
up.
made it, I
Wake
seconded
up.
it.
Okay.
You've had a
Any more
long day.
discussion? Any agreement? All in favor?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
You gotta throw some trash around in there when he shows up.
Pardon?
You gotta throw some trash around in there.
Yeah, I'll see how,
Throw your
break a few
throw your
windows and so
It has
forth.
some rats rotting in
Oh,
it.
no. Oh, that is one thing that my, was growing up, my brothers and all the kids then, when the old dump out here,
Mm.
they'd go out there and shoot rats.
Yeah.
My brother said, "Do you want to go to the dump with me?" No, I don't. That is one thing I don't like.
Mm.
Nothing else
Nobody here that
bothers me.
remembers that we had.
Okay, thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Happy holidays and all
Yes.
that.
It was down on the dump road.
They're not going to meet again in December, so it'll be January before they meet again.
Second
Sometime
Tuesday.
between now
Make
and
it Easter or whatever.
All right.
All right,
Thank you all.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed at all of this. I can't believe.
This is nothing compared to what was here.
Oh,
earlier.
it was full.
This
No,
place
it
was
was
cheap.
cheers.
This place was full.
I can't believe.
That's
it.
only a third of what was here.
I know. It's a tough time for many people, but they sure are giving.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 34 is John Green. He's at 535 Friendship Road, had an appraisal done to refinance, and the appraiser pointed out that it is unfinished upstairs and that he should note that with us, and made a difference of 224, and that's the recommendation.
I'd make a motion on that.
I'll second it.
Is that the brick house?
Nope.
Where is that one?
That's,
Nice.
well,
It's a nice two-bedroom cave.
It's dated inside, though. It is old, 1970,
Yeah. okay.
So's mine.
1971, and it's that one's not been touched. It's kind of like,
Upgrade.
but it's a house, beautiful lot.
Okay. So
We got a motion.
we have a motion here to accept the. All right, we have a second.
Yep.
Okay, any more discussion? All in favor? All right. John Green.
James McGuire and Kathy live out on Filer's Corner. Theirs went up $1,660, and he just came unglued. He has calmed down a bit, but there was some, I had him as baseboard heat. He basically heats it with wood and has some electric backup. And I had him as a completely finished basement and part of it is utility room. So that's a 224 recommended down.
I'll make that motion.
I second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Carol Day moved into a camper on her daughter's property, and I assessed it for the last couple of years. And then the daughter called up and said, that's just a camper she stays in the summer. She may have been in it one winter, but the furnace broke, so she didn't know what she was going to do. I had it down as hers, but they said, no, it's just our camper. So would recommend we take that off the books.
Both of them?
Both years, it's 22 and 23.
I'll
She
make
never-
that motion.
Let's second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
The next one is the
Town acquired property.
town acquired property that Rose would like to get off the books. Still not decided whether this will go up for sale or not, but right now
Which
we
one
have
is
it.
this?
This is the little triangle piece that is up at Campbell Hill.
Oh. Oh,
Looks like that, just beyond everything up
Yeah.
there. And it's
Right.
near the quarry and
Yeah.
it's not connected to the quarry.
well, it is, yes. It's a budding property and that's why Mac said we probably ought to hang on to it.
Oh, that's the piece we want to hang on to?
Well, that I understood they were going to hang on to it, but now Julie thinks we might sell it. So I don't know what you want to do with it, but
In any event, I don't know.
Right.
yes.
No, no,
I got you.
It should come off the roll.
So, yeah,
I make that
6
motion
years.
for the 6 years of the tax acquired property.
I second.
any discussion? All in favor?
And I moved the personal property down to the bottom. Barstow Farms closed along with Rising Sea over to Kaler's Corner over to Cider Hill is where those two businesses were.
Oh, okay.
Long Winter Soap is no longer down there and Robert Merrifield moved and had 1 year left on a tractor that I would recommend we abate those personal properties.
I make that motion.
I'd second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
All I got for you.
Have we even close to that 98,000 that we had for layover? Okay, so we're still good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure of that too. 'Cause did you say we go usually around 28,000?
Yeah.
30,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
I think this is really quite fun. Can't you hear him say it?
Well, yeah.
Goodbye.
Karen Ann just loves quoting that in his accent.
Hear it now.
What is
The
that?
other one I probably ought to show you is the, turn that off. Is the other letter I got. I'll throw it in there and talk about a laugh.
From the same person?
No, from one tonight that's just apologized for being such a jerk when he came in and just, everybody was like. But even with Betty, no offense taken, it's just the process and I do not take offense and I will deal with you on other issues for as long as I'm here. So you can't get
Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to use color.
upset. And people have bad days. I have bad days. So you never know what their experience when they see you, right? Usually.
I thought she was in good humor.
Oh, she is. She's a hoot. She really
Yeah.
is.
Better than something.
Yes. Can you turn that off, Julie?
You did.
Oh, that was almost disastrous.
Oh,